now that I have a memory card, or SD card, in my camera, here on Friday, January the 17th, good for me, I've been asleep. I was awake earlier, watching random YouTube videos. I did finally take my Christmas decorations out of my window, and I decided to throw a couple of things. Oops, in my window. I can show them to you here. That's what my window looks like right now. I don't know how long I've had these raccoons, but they've been sitting in the other room doing absolutely nothing. And of course, the Tiny Toons thing from the Walmart, or from the McDonald's, which might be the, Walmart of fast food, I don't know, thing that I picked up at a flea market a long time ago. Let's see. I did a little thing where you can see they change when you walk, or, depending on the angle you're looking at, the characters change. Because they were those flippy cars. Yeah, see, it says flip cars right there. So that, I'll put that in my window. So that way, when people walk by, maybe they'll get to see it change, or whatever. So, just a little something so the window's not too boring. I realized, it's like, I've got so much shit around here. It's like I could put some stuff in the window. Like, I've got some Looney Tunes in the other room that I could throw in the window just for something. But I didn't get too crazy with it. Shit, excuse me. I had some fries from I don't actually remember the name of the place, but about the only thing noteworthy to report is I did have my I did go up to the city, and I thought he was my cardiologist, Dr. Kadwani. You've probably heard me talk about him if you've heard me talk about the medical things that are going on. If you didn't know, if this is your first video you ever came across, last July, I ended up finding out I had blood clots in my lungs, so that's been fun to deal with ever since. Fun to deal with that day, too, finding out. But, yeah, I kind of just thought he was my cardiologist, because I thought I was going up there for an cardiogram, something, whatever that's, EKG, I guess. Like, I even remember him asking me, like, oh, we'll meet over at the hospital this time if that's okay. Or, the next time you come see me, we'll meet over at the hospital. So that he could do and I was like, yeah, that's fine. He's like, oh, some people, they don't like blah, 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 blah. So, he asked me, he even asked me that day, he's like, have you had your EKG? Like, he asked me, I just went this last Monday. And I was like, I kind of thought that's what we were doing today. But he's like, oh no, that's like a separate appointment or something. And it's like, but I thought that's what we were doing today. And then he said something about cardiologist or whatever. And I was like, I kind of thought that's what he was. But I guess he's pulmonary, which Mom and I looked it up. And I guess that has to do more with, like, the veins or something, or the lungs, or I don't remember. Not a cardiologist, apparently. Kind of thought that's what he was. But he's going to get that set up, I guess. And he does still, he keeps talking about me going to the hematologist. But one thing he did tell me was, dang it, I don't have anything to drink either. Oh, I have water. Who would drink water? I don't know if that's going to help. What? was I do have something called Factor 5, which is a mutation in my blood. So I am officially a mutant. You know, X-Men, call me, that's all I'm saying. I don't know what, like, it's a shitty power. But, Factor 5 makes your blood want to clot more than a normal person's. I don't know. So, I'd make it be like Clot Boy, I mean, Factor 5 might not be a bad name to start out. Kitty Pryde went through how many different names before she settled on Kitty Pryde? So it's like, whatever. I'll just workshop it, Like, I guess I could just, like, throw blood clots at people, It's just like Marrow. She used to pull out her own bones and use them as weapons, So, could be something like that, I guess. I don't know. But that's about the only thing I learned this past Monday for a medical update. I have Factor 5. So that's probably what caused the blood clots in the first place, I suppose. But yeah, and they did do like a scan. They did do is it just an echocardiogram if they take the thing of your heart? Like, they did do a scan of my legs, I guess just to make sure no more blood clots were forming, just kind of see what the situation is down there. But they've got to review the pictures, and he said he'd call me in a few days. So, and now it's the end of the week, and as far as I know, I had a missed call, but, like, did doctors' offices just not leave voicemails? Like, hey, this is so-and-so, like, call us back, discuss your results, whatever. Like, if they just don't get a hold of you. I swear I even signed something that said it was okay to leave voicemails. But it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to be asleep. I went to sleep earlier and the sun was up. I don't know what time it was, but and now it's like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So late in the day. But yeah, they did do a scan of my legs. So, like the, where they look and see if the baby, check on the baby. Whatever they call that. So yeah, they did some kind of camera, took a bunch of pictures. I got some warm gel all over my legs. That was fun. But yeah, so that's as far as a medical update goes. That's about it. Not much, I suppose, but I guess at least maybe, and that's he keeps talking about going to the hematologist. Like, you just told me that I have Factor 5, so I don't. You all figured that out. Like, I don't understand what a hematologist is going to tell me that you haven't. Like that you like. I guess maybe it's to get off. Maybe I want to get off the Eliquis. Maybe. Maybe he would. Maybe he would allow me to get off the Eliquis. But I mean, there again, if I have Factor 5, which makes it sound like maybe I should stay on it just for the sake of safety. As long as I keep having to not pay for it, as long as it's $0, because at one time it was like 117 or something. It's like, I don't know why, just randomly one time I had to pay for it, and then the next time I went back it was 0. So as long as I have to keep not having to pay for it, we're good. So anyway, but yes, Holly ended up having to go pick up Olivia, her baby child, because they ended up, running late. Because they ended up like I said, they sent me over. They had to see if they were going to be able to fit me in over at the hospital to get the scan on my legs, and so that took some extra time. And of course, they had to check with my insurance to make sure they didn't have to have pre-authorized or something. I don't know. Like, why do we pay for insurance if they're not just going to cover us when we need it to? You know what I mean? Like, why do you have to, like, pre-authorize this test? Just, this is what he needs done. This is what he's going to go do. I guess you either pay for it or, help pay for it or not. Whatever. I don't know. But, I mean, my insurance did pay for a lot so far. I mean, there's still a lot left, so luckily Mom helped me out with that. But yeah, so since Holly had to go pick up her daughter, we ended up eating at someplace in Smithville, which was pretty good. I had some kind of Greek wrap, and the fries, the fries were actually, I think I liked the fries more than the wrap. I mean, the wrap was good, don't get me wrong. Kind of reminded me of Pita Pit in a little way, because, they used to do the Greek thing. Not a whole lot of meat in the wrap. Mom kind of said the same, because I got the salmon wrap and Mom got the chicken wrap, and she kind of said the same thing about hers. There wasn't a whole lot of meat in it, but it was good. And the fries were really. They sprinkled Parmesan on them or something. Fries were really good. So I ate the rest of the wrap the next day, and the fries I hadn't, because I wasn't that hungry that day. So I left the fries, and of course it's a payday week, so ended up going to have some Mexican yesterday. So I still had the fries in the fridge, so I ate those today before I took my nap. Oh my goodness. And then I was like, oh, it's like 5-something. 5:39. So I thought maybe I should wake up and answer this week's question, since we're on a weekly basis here. Let's see if I can remember which question I asked. Oh, yep. Okay. Okay. I'm going to flip my paused right here over, so that way I know that's the next question I have to answer on the other page. That's going to be my system. Keep me honest. But today's question is, this is one from the back of the book. What would you do if you found out your next-door neighbor was an alien? Report them to the authorities? Befriend them? What would I do if I found out my next-door neighbor was an alien? Alien. I mean, mind my own fucking business. Like, they might be having some probe parties over there. Invite me. I'm just saying, I like a good probe, just like everybody else. I can live a little, that's all I'm saying. I don't know, like, I guess as long as they're not hurting anybody, if they're just studying people. But they're, like, I'm not fucking Rambo. Like, what the hell am I gonna do? Like, I talked for too long and my thing went into my one few sources of light that I have here went out. But yeah, it's kind of like, what the hell am I gonna do? I mean, I guess you could alert the authorities, but would they believe you? I mean, you'd have to maybe get some photographic evidence and send it in to, I mean, the situation would depend, I suppose, on, are they here to, like, harm us? Are they, like, what are they doing? What is their purpose? Why are they here? If they're just here to, like, study and, I mean, if they're not going to harm us, but there again, if they are going to harm us, and I go shooting my mouth off, I'm going to be the first one they harm, It's like, I like me, I kind of like my life. I could deal with having some more money, like maybe winning the lotto or something. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty happy with life, besides, bills and blood clots. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, I don't want to get vaporized, So maybe I just, but there again, if they're bad aliens, maybe I'm gonna get vaporized anyway. So, you know, in the oncoming war with our new alien overlords, whatever. Um, but I mean, if it's anything like Falling Skies, they're just going to have a conversation with me and then drop me right back off like nothing happened. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It would depend, I suppose. Um, on what purpose they were here to serve. Like I said, as long as it's like you don't bother me, I won't bother you. Like, we ain't gotta, you know, we can be buddies, we can be pals. That's fine. Uh, I'll use my mutant powers to, I think that's a siren. That was a very like drawn out wee. So, I don't know. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. um, I don't know. I still got to train in the danger room, to hone these new mutant powers that I found out about. But it can be done. It can be done, I suppose. Um, but yeah, it would depend on. Like I said, I guess if they're bad, like, I don't know. Uh, because we've seen plenty of movies where somebody's like, "Oh, the sky is falling," Chicken Little, whatever, and then nobody believes him. Uh, and they shouldn't, because he's stupid. I guess. I guess doesn't it like an acorn or something fall out of a tree, and then he like causes mass panic because he doesn't understand what's going on. You know. But I suppose in this case I would understand what's going on. So. Um, but there again, how would I get people to believe me? And in doing so, might endanger my own life if they're bad aliens. And it's like, maybe just leave them alone, Keep my nose in my own business and go about my day. I know I grew up in a small town in the 80s where, like, everybody knew your business. Everybody had their nose where it didn't necessarily belong. But it's okay. If they didn't know the story, they were going to make it up anyway. So, you were covered either way. Um, like my great grandma, would like look out her window and see what was going on. I mean, I guess, it's kind of that thing with, they say you drive by the rubbernecking, you drive by a car wreck and you're like, whoa, what's going on there? So I guess it's just human nature, but, yeah, there's a lot of people, peeking out windows and stuff. And, the funny thing is, I mean, ghosts is a completely different, paranormal is a different realm, perhaps, than aliens. But it's all, when we went to Haunticon, there was people there talking about, aliens. There's people talking about cryptids. There's people, ghosts, whatever. But like my great grandma used to tap on the window to get our attention. And the people who live in the house now have heard tapping on the window. So, just a little weird. It's a little strange. I don't know, check mark it as something a little odd. But apparently my great-grandmother is still looking out the window watching what is going on. Maybe, perhaps. But you know, so I guess that's kind of always been a thing, you know, is to like be up in other people's business, you know, whether you should be or not. But I don't know. So hopefully the aliens are just here to learn from us as a people, and I would like to be, you know, kind of an ambassador and show us like, hey, maybe humans aren't so bad. Please don't vaporize us. Maybe. Um, I shall do my best. Uh, in that case. But other than that, yeah, there's your question, and I guess, you know, update for the week, since I used to tell you about my day. Other than that, it hasn't really been that interesting. I had 3 days off work because I took Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. The doctor's appointment was Monday, and of course I wasn't sure how, you know, it was going to work out. If Mom wanted to come get me Sunday, which she ended up doing, and then she brought me back Tuesday after work. But she ended up getting off early that day. I think she was off by 1 o'clock? Because she wasn't planning on leaving it until like after 3, because she thought she had to work till 3, but my uncle thought she was leaving at 1. So they might have split the difference. I think she might have come home about 1:30, maybe. I don't know. But, so I had a nice couple days off. You know, hanging out down at Mom's house. Going and eating good French fries. You know. Yeah, but other than that, I do have some old videos I need to put together. I should get on these flash drives and see what's on these, you know, from the vault. I still have these videos over here to do. I still have a Mountain Dew taste test, one of the international Mountain Dews to do. So I have videos. I have my writing prompts that I haven't fucking touched since I bought the book. Which I told you all we would have to see how that one went. So I do have content that I could do. I have my Garbage Pail Kids over there, packages that I've never opened. I have my Loot Crate Palooza in the closet back here. I have all those Loot Crates I never opened. I have all the things from Adventures Keep, like all the dice and stuff that I've never opened, just sitting down here in a pile. I have some Bobcats in a box over there that I don't know. They haven't sent me anything. I keep getting emails, like, I think they want me to put in keywords or something. I was like, I don't want to put in keywords. That's why I left it blank, so that you would just send me whatever. I don't care. But maybe they have sent me stuff, and I just haven't really been... I hardly ever go to the mailbox anyway. So, but... So it's not like I don't have content. Not like I don't have videos that I could put together or do. I just haven't. I'm being lazy. I'm taking a break, I guess, after doing, you know, one video every single day for a whole year. I mean, other than when I was in the hospital that couple of days. And I still ended up doing a video that night when I got home from the casino when we were on vacation. So I technically did that video after midnight, but so there was a couple days there spread out here and there where I didn't do a video. But I guess I'm being a lazy vlogger and or a lazy YouTuber, whatever, and only doing one video a week. But at least so far, I've made it on Friday each time. It's just only like my third question though. So that may hopefully perhaps be a trend that continues. But we shall see. Other than that, but yeah, since I have I mean, not that I ever really have much to update y'all on anyway, because it's like, I go to work, I sleep, shower, shit, repeat, you know, like, there ain't much going on. There ain't much going on over here. But But this week was, the medical update for y'all. So there was a little something extra. Read all about it, or listen all about it, since it's a YouTube video. You don't have to read. Suppose if you want subtitles. I never put subtitles though. Does YouTube do those automatically? I don't know. I watch a lot of videos from Japan, and instead of talking, the people put, subtitles down at the bottom. They add them to the video themselves, So there's reading involved in that. And of course, international drag queens. I'm watching Philippines now. I've moved on to Philippines. And half the time they talk in English, and half the time they don't. So it's like you still have to have the subtitles on for that to understand when they go into the not English. So, reading is what? Fundamental. But anyway, there's your alien question. That one's been that one was on the back of the book, and in the Amazon description, I think might have just been what was from the back of the book. I don't know. But other than that, have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful weekend. It's gonna get cold again. I fucking hate it. It was like 50 degrees, I think, today, but if it can melt off some of the snow, at least it's not going to snow again. It's just going to be cold as fuck. Yay. A little bout of winter before it just goes away again until next year. Get out. We're done with you. That's all I'm going to say. But anyway, other than that, I suppose you've got your update, you've got your question. Gail's still doing his questions, so, I'll check him out. I'll see if I can do that on time. One of those two. And other than that, I shall see you in a week-ish, maybe, probably, hopefully, and always for what I see ya.